Pike's pushed more and far up ahead. He's got out of line. Is now Pike going to have a go at Werrell? Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now, though, for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's come back into play. Exactly. Miller's still start dropping. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday night. It is iGPFun Super Formula Lights League Round 7 Season 3 live from Spa Francorchamps. I am Jay Spa. I'm going to be joined in the booth by D Biggles this evening. We haven't been together for a very long time in the comms booth, but we've got 22 laps of this absolute iconic circuit. It has gone through multiple changes. It has halved in size. It has named its corners 10 different names within the last 10 years. It has had it all, but tonight it hosts the Super Formula Lights. We'll give you a rundown of the standings at the moment. Pedro Suarez is out in front on 246 points. Robert Ridgway on 216 with Kevin Swemstrot on 213, and Antonio Jimenez is on 210. Mackenzie Roon on 199 with Christian Glamseater on 189 with Fibard Rabelard on 189 as well. Then we've got Brett Ruiz on 181, Evan Way on 165 and Andy Flint on 159. That is your top 10. Then you've got Adam Townsburg, last season's champion Lee Aberdeen, Costas Tenebrail in 13th, Nicholas Westman, Dennis Cordu, Don Lean, Edward Amos, Zoltan Samara, Will McIntyre and Marcius Putnieks round out the top 20. Well, Marcius and Simon Fessi round out the top 20. We've just come to the end of qualifying. Let's bring Dean into the booth. Dean, welcome in there, sir. How are you?
Good to be back as well too, James. I'm doing fantastic, thank you. I'll be returning to Australia soon, as you know, next week for the first time in bloody Yonkers, my friend. But Spa, you know what's interesting about that track? It said 6.93 kilometers on the iRacing. Yet some people say it's 7 kilometers. Here's a question for you, James. I'm going to pinch your brain there for a second. How do they measure the track for the distance?
They get a car and they stick a machine on it with a laser that measures the distance.
All right, but I mean, if you get it, say you get one of those little measure wheels, right, and then you wheel it around, right? What part of the track are you going to be doing? The inside? The outside?
The racing line.
Racing? No.
Oh,
that's
give
incorrect.
over. It's not incorrect.
They measure it on both. They measure it on the inside line and the outside line, and then they take the average of that, and that's what the track distance is.
Well, that's why some have said it's 6.93, and others say it's 7.004. So
7.0.
Yeah. So that, I think at the end of the day, you know, but it's one of them circuits hosted the F1 today as well. No F1 spoilers, please. I have not watched it, so please
guess
don't.
Who won? Oh, it was a cracker.
Enough already. But this is the thing, right? One of these circuits as well, and you've got the Super Formula Lights, you've got no push to pass, they've got no DRS, but they have got the El Rouge Radion Camel Straight Run, right? And that is where I expect most of these overtakes to be taken here this evening.
Yep, that's the perfect place down the Camel Straight, isn't it? And to Lacombe, and then practically the rest of it. Well, I mean, bus stop. Always overtaking opportunities if you're bold and brave on the brakes and bus stop.
Yeah, you've got to be brave out, of course, to go down it on that run through Curve Porphyre, down through Blanchimont and into the bus stop chicane at the end before we go on to the start-finish straight. I think this is going to be interesting. They've only got 22 laps now. They've got the traditional purple zone, which basically means no overtaking within the first sector, I believe it is. It's the run from the start-finish line down through La Source and up through El Rouge and Radion, and then once you hit the Kemmel Straight, that's when you can start overtaking. Now, some people may say, look, you know, why is there no racing after the start-finish line? Basically, because we've got a near on 50 cars on the racetrack, and we want to make sure they all get through cleanly. But then it kind of counteracts itself where we set them loose on the fastest part of the circuit to be able to overtake.
Yeah, but once again, you don't want to risk a massive pile-up like what happened in, 1998 at the wet Spa Grand Prix, Formula 1, that time, where half the grid completely went out. I think Jordan won that one too, that crazy race. Yeah. Well, because everybody wants to see Barney at the end of the day, don't they? So.
Well, yeah, they all want to get to the end. I think that's the thing, isn't it? Good to have you back, James. Good luck, everybody. Cheers, Alan. Welcome, thank you so much for joining us there as well. Our resident cheerleader is in the YouTube chat for Ali Nasir in 38th at the moment. Not doing too well at the end of qualifying, but I'm sure we'll be interested to see how far up the grid you can actually get. I think that's the thing, right? And most people sit back and, you know, they say about the purple zone and they're like, oh, why is that there and all that. And it's just to make sure that we actually keep some cars getting to the end, because when you've got this amount of cars, it can be manic hurtling down into La Source, right? You know, let's be real, it's a bank right-hander coming back on yourself, Biggles, and it all just can go a little bit Pete Tong.
Yeah, there it is. Mr. Pete Tong.
Mr. Pete Tong. I ain't wrong though, am I? It can just go completely wrong.
Yeah. But you're not going to get a lot of overtaking anyway, wouldn't you, into La Source and stuff like that when you start the race, generally, anyway. Mind you, I think it was the F2 or the F3 race, sprint race or something like that the other day I watched. 2 cars went side by side up through Eau Rouge. Now, you don't see that very often. That was in the wet, too. 2 cars side by side through there. That is like...
That's brave.
That's brave. And they got through there safely. But anyway. Dangerous, as you're aware. Many people have been unfortunately killed in real life, and thankfully for the virtual world that we have, worst case you're going to have is your force feedback steering might flick your arm around.
Yeah, that'd be about it, I think. Or your internet might die, or the electric might go out. Apart from that, you're going to walk out the rig at the end of your race and go and have your dinner, or in my case, go and watch the F1 after this as well. I think this is one of the things, right? I don't think people realise how much things we rely on to be able to A, race in a league, and B, broadcast the thing in the first place. You know, obviously we rely on internet, we rely on connections to the game itself, we rely on the electric, we rely on so much that, you know, for us to be able to bring this to you. So, you know, the drivers are relying on the same thing. So we'll have to see, and hopefully we won't have any dodgy disconnects that have been going on for some of these days in a couple of the other broadcasts I've done already. Let's bring you up the grid. Lee Aberdeen are in first place, Nicholas Westman in second, Greg Seitz in third, then Brent Ruiz in fourth, the champion for 2 seasons ago, Tony Jimenez in fifth, Tobias Olsen sixth, Kevin Webster, Evan Way, Mackenzie Roon and Will McIntyre Jones will round out the top 10. Then you've got Kenzie Newhoff and Pedro Suarez with Andy Flint and Tommy Maru in 14th. Jerome Lamy back on the grid in 15th. Kevin Byland 16th. Levi Matikainen in 17th. Robert Ridgway 18th. Marcius Putnieks in 19th. Don Lee in 20th. Dennis Corder in 21st and Koji Io in 22nd. Great to see Koji on the grid. Chris Trott in 23rd and then Joseph Lucas down in 24th. Stu Milne 25th and Eddie Amos, Adam Townsman, Zoltan Zamata, Gaten Imhoff and Manuel Vargas in 30th. Then Ben Goyette, John McKenzie, Matthew Stevens, Philip Lucas, Reno Scatini and Daryl Govender in 36th place. Alex Hopkins, Al Nasir, Oscar Artinanu and Dorian Ruro in 40th. Then James Rush, Kenneth Olive, Merrick Outloves, Costas Tenebrail with 44, then Noel Richie Richardson in 45, love that. Patrick Rowlands, Ludovic Rancon, and Patrick Williams in 49, and then Ungayan down in 50th place. Yes, 50th here this evening, Biggles. Surely that'll be all right. 50 cars hurtling through El Rouge and Radion.
Fingers crossed that iRacing can hold on tight for this one. We've had experienced problems before. And maybe if we don't have massive pile-ups and wrecks and stuff like that, James, it should be okay as our drivers, you know. Help us out in that one. Come on, Lee, the Aussie man, starting on pole. Get it done. Show the rest of these drivers from all around the world.
Yeah, the lights are coming on there as well, as everything is just miraculously disappeared. 4, 5 lights. Ladies and gentlemen, we are up and running. We are green, green, green here at Spa. You see the cars coming round who are on the outside, down through the bus stop, sitting at the back. But at the moment, it is Lee Aberdeen out in front with Nicholas Westman, Greg Seats, Brent Ruiz, Tony Jimenez, and Tobias Olsen leading away in the top 6. They're coming up through El Rouge and Radion. Don't forget, it should be single file all the way up through here. And then when they get out the other side of Radion, down on that Camel Straight, ladies and gentlemen, we are racing. And Westman has wasted no time there, Biggles, getting in front of Lee Aberdeen on the Camel. They're side by side at the moment here.
Yeah, I think because Lee was a little bit gingerly going up through there, and it cost him a little bit of time, scrubbed off, and Nicholas, of course, has seized that opportunity to the flying pin into the lead.
Yeah, Nicholas Westman leading the way here as well. Then you've got Mackenzie Roon. He's sitting a battle as well. He's got Evan Wayne, Will McIntyre, Kenzie Newhoff trying to go up the inside. Into Ravage he goes, hugs that inside line, gets past Will McIntyre Jones. McIntyre Jones nowhere to go apart from down into 10th place. It's going to get manic here. What's going to be the best way to handle all of this traffic?
Wait, just bite yourself, bite your time, of course. Use the Camel Straight as your best opportunity to try to get those overtakes. It's all about that exit up through El Rouge and Radion, my friend. And then, of course, seize an opportunity, just as our race leader did before.
Yeah, absolutely. Westman there in first place, then Lee Aberdeen, Greg Seats sitting in third at the moment with Brent Ruiz. We've got 2 champions in the last 2 seasons sitting in the top 4 at the moment, Lee Aberdeen and Brent Ruiz here. Tony Jimenez from XBD, Tobias Olsen there from Simrace Sweden Esports tucked in right behind him as well. Now is that run down Blanchimont we go. Is he going to be able to get it? Where are you going to go, Tobias? He's going to look at taking the inside. Is he going to look at taking the middle? He's not now at the moment. Now almost free wide, there's almost contact. Jimenez is on nearly off the side of the circuit. Tobias Olsen tries to follow him through and parks it in the middle of the racetrack. Side by side in front, Tony Jimenez, Brent Ruiz. Olsen comes through. Is he going to be able to get it over? Tony Jimenez just about as they're running side by side down into La Source.
Fantastic racing, actually. Safely all through the bus stop there, James. Now coming into La Source, exactly, they're going to back off a little bit and then take the run all the way up. Of course, they're the best roller coaster in all the motor racing in the world, up the hill. Climb, climb, climb. Brilliant, brilliant. Good. And allowing enough space and awareness, not even Formula 1 drivers can do that.
Don Lee, the American now as well, down in 21st. This is going to give you the rush of speed sensation up through El Rouge and Rally on their side by side, further up as well. I think that might be Andy Flint in the mix here. Once again, you can see 2 banks of 2, 3 banks of 2, 4 banks of 2 as they come rushing down the Camel Straight. Andy Flint in that yellow and black. He's tucked in. McIntyre Jones, Suarez alongside him at the moment. Flint's in there. Robert Ridgway, he's trying to make his way through as well. Absolutely flying once again. Kevin Byland in that BAR Braun livery machine there in that number 19, side by side from Lieve Martikainen and Joseph Lucy once more through Ravage, on through No Name they go. This is getting absolutely manic. Out of all of these 50 cars, there is literally battles all the way through the circuit.
And Thomas at the moment for the Swedish driver at the moment has got a gaggle of cars behind him. Tony Jimenez, Brett Ruiz and Kevin and Mackenzie Rood. So he seems to be a little bit slowing up the pack, and there is actually, because they're building a bit of a gap there down the road there from the top 3, and he's safely through there. So they were also exchanging some Christmas cards early, just as you're seeing some of those other battles as well too, James. And I wanted to quickly say, I went back and had a bit of a look at the first lap of all those drivers going through. So far safely, I'd have to say, everybody did stack up through La Source for the start of the race.
And as you said,
on the back, gentlemen.
Yeah, Reno Scattini's gone off the side of the circuit there. Whoa, well off. Completely got that Pete Tong and then puts it into the barrier. So I think that could be some form of disconnect. Tobias Olsen with Jimenez through the bus stop. They go once more. Ruiz and Zwemstra's taking the inside. There's been a little bit of action further back with Cornu, with Ridgway, with Lucas, with Marty Kynan. Lucas has gone round, unfortunately for him. Joseph Mark Lucas from the America has gone round. He's now got to sit there. He's all the way down in 31st. Is he going to keep going? He is. He's dropping like a stone in the ocean at the moment, just plummeting to the bottom as he ends up down in 38th place. But Greg Seats out in 3rd place with Lee Aberdeen and Nicholas Westman. But it's all behind Olsen at the moment here, Biggles, as these like battle on for the lead.
That's what I said, the Swedish driver at the moment. And now, this is a typical get the slipstream. Now, it's all about defense as well, too, isn't it? So it's very difficult when you go on a Lacombe because you can take a couple of different racing lines and go defensive, but of course it's going to scrub your exit speed as you wake your way through the rest of the track. And you lose at the bus stop area there at the moment, yeah, and you're up through the field there, my friend. Yeah, you're just about to sit there and just initially watch all those cars zoom by you at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly. I watched the car earlier on a GT3 in Lacombe, spun it round. He was sitting in 5th place, ended up all the way down in 38th. The group was that close together after spinning in Lacombe. It just could not come back on to the racetrack whatsoever. There is this pack, and then you've got the Cornu pack. It is the Ridgway, the Byron, the Mighty Kynan, Amos Donnelly in there as well. Eddie Amos, boy oh boy, I missed your Tron-like livery machine, my dear sir. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous from Eddie Amos. So I love that, but there's packs of battles. I think that's the thing. Putnieks has just gone past Donnelly as well. Tobias Olsen's off the side of the circuit.
Yes, that's what I just caught that one too on my camera. Yep, that's
bang.
Didn't look like much, but that's
done. Not
going to buff out.
No. Olsen's had to go back into the pit lane there once more, unfortunately for him. Tony Jimenez, Kevin Zwemstra right in behind each other again. You can see on board with Mackenzie Roon, he's got Zwemstra in his sights. Suarez is in behind that with Brent Ruiz, not too far back either. We've still got the pack together at the moment. How long do we think before they start spreading out? If they ever spread out, of course.
I don't know, James, but they're playing it safe. There's some good wheel-to-wheel racing for sure. It's just a matter of remember they've still got a lot of laps. So it looks like Matthew Shepard and Adam has had a little bit of a moment. They're a little bit further back down the field. But we're 4 of 22, 19 to go. Remember, it's 7 kilometres, so these laps don't go by too quickly. What are we looking at? Fastest time at the moment goes to our leader, and that's a 2:08.94. More wrecks coming in the back to them. Reading the race controls going mad.
Whoa! Kenzie Newhoff is just about to try and go through here. McIntyre Jones, you can see them running side by side. Hydro Race forces Kenzie Newhoff. Digital Apex McIntyre Jones through Lacombe they go. We'll try and pick up what's happened further back. It looks like Darryl Govender has had a bit of a moment. And then I think James Rush, John McKenzie, all were involved in this after here, Biggles, as these guys go into the... Oh, yep. Ow.
Yep. Yeah. That's going to hurt.
Yowzers.
Yeah, that's what happened. And it's a big pile up, of course, in La Source because the other cars are coming around the corner. Blind corner as well, too, essentially, isn't it? So you just got to get on the brake and then you're on the gas. You can see right now you're on the gas. You've got nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go, do you?
Go that way. That's it. Good boy.
Yeah. You just like close your eyes and then just point the steering wheel in one direction. A further battle up at the moment, Kenzie, if you're right on board, that's around, what are we looking at? Around P10 positions also a heated up battle as well, TJ.
Yeah, McIntyre Jones there, Suarez up further up the road. He's got Brent Ruiz tucked in behind him. Here we go, Brent once more is going to take that run at Pedro Suarez. There is Suarez as he just goes straight past us there as well. Down through Blanchimont now, left-hander is going to keep it all the way pinned. Has managed to hold it as well for Brent Ruiz. Suarez has got no reply. Can he go to the inside of the bus stop? He can't. What about Newhoff? What about McIntyre Jones? What about Andy Flynn? Tommy Maru in there as well. Maru's tried the inside. He's going to try to cut back out as well. Multiple lines through different corners here, Biggles. And it's just absolutely impossible to try and keep up with everything.
Oh, absolutely. There's many cars on the track there, James. Absolutely. 49 or so. Well, give or take about, I lost about 5 at the moment due to incidents. But fantastic racing. Mackenzie Roon's going to try to line up on the back there. Oh, sorry, Pedro and Brett Bruins. So, of course, our championship leader at the moment, the Portuguese driver's got a good run out of Las Orsas.
Biggles got a bit lost.
Too many cars. They're distracting me.
He got a bit lost, but Mackenzie Roon did get past, did end up stuck behind Kevin Webster there. Pedro Suarez with Brent Ruiz and Evan way behind there. Welcome in Big Ben and Bradley Dalton from earlier on in the OGRL. We had some great fun at the GT3s in Spa. Down into Ravage we go. Newhoff tucked in behind McIntyre Jones. We've got Cornu, Byland and Marcus Kynan behind them in 17th. We got a battle down here with Costas as he's just trying to go up the inside of Alex Hopkins, and now let's see it with Stu Milne there. So a lot going on across this field, but let's focus up from Tony Jimenez, who's got Kevin Webster 1.2 back, and he's got a gaggle of cars tucked in behind him of Roon, Suarez, Ruiz and Evan Way.
That's what we like, a bit of a gaggle of cars. Put a polar blanket over them, as they say, my friend. It's the Hornet's Nests. And we still got 18 laps of this fantastic race to go, of course. We got, and of course, the chatter out there. Where's Phil across the pond? Come on, Phil, where are you?
Oh, he might be watching the other one. Jerome Laney has had an incident here, and I'm not entirely sure what Jerome has actually done. He's just all of a sudden stopped on... Oh, he blew an engine by the looks of it. A puff of smoke come out the back there. Puff, there it is. He's got no front wings, so he's obviously been involved in a little bit more contact than what we've seen here. Webster is still stuck in behind Mackenzie Roon. Jimenez is making a bolt down the road there. No F1 spoilers, Mr. Bradley Dalton. Thank you very much for that. I have not watched it yet. And
Did he spoil it?
No, he hasn't said. He said, I'd love to make an F1 joke, but James said no spoilers. Yes, I said no spoilers. Thank you very much, as I haven't watched it yet. That is my job after this.
You could spoil a race a couple of days ago. I mean, a few weeks ago. Anyway, but they're going to go to a summer break before they go all those back-to-back races and all that sort of jazz. But enough about this. We have Super Formulas, Formula One, and we still have no change of lead. Looks like we have a couple of incidents occurred. Patrick Rowlands might have had a bit of a crash there. Costas might have had a little bit of a moment. A little bit further back, James, Andy Flint's in a hot zone there with Tommy. Robert Ridgway a little bit further down the road from them.
Yeah,
the heat is on.
Andy Flint's got Tommy Maru in front and Robert Ridgway behind. Kevin Byland's got Cornu, leaving Mike Kynan, and then Eddie Amos has got his own issues with Don Lee and Marcius Putnieks there. Stu Milne's down with Costas, Tommy Braille, so Stu down there as well. There is quite a few people that are out at the moment, and there's a few that have not taken to the grid whatsoever. Ludovic Rancon has just unfortunately had another moment. Pedro Suarez, however, he has got a big moment, and that big problem is Brent Ruiz, a champion already this season, tucked in behind for Pedro Suarez. How do you defend though, Biggles? You're going down Port Frais, you're going on to Blanchimont under the DRH bridge. How do you position a car on a wide circuit like Spa?
If you go to the bus stop, middle, I'd say. Go to the middle. Pedro needs to park it straight in the middle, and then that way he's going to have to force Brett to go around the outside, or if he sends it up on the inside, he's going to definitely scrub his speed. So that's your best bet, and that's exactly what our current championship leader is doing. If I'm not mistaken, Pedro is our current championship leader.
Yeah, he is out in front at this moment in time, but you are right. He literally did kind of plant it on the apex there and gave Brent no room at the inn. Putnieks and Eddie Amos, they're going side by side. Amos in the 69 on the right, Putnieks in the Latvian Arrows 86 on the left there. Down into La Source they go. Putnieks manages to get through, but watch Amos come back at him. Amos is going to come flying back at him again. With that draft is going to take effect once more. Amos is going to run side by side, tuck in behind him. Now we're going to see this. Watch this. Up through he goes. El Rouge Radium animal straight. There's the overrun. Has he done it too early? Is he going to be able to get through for Brent Ruiz here? There he is. Marcius putting the X right beside us, racing down to the com. Is Eddie Amos out in front at the moment of these two? There's a man in the middle. Don Lee, Chris Trott it was, trying to come through the middle there. Biggles nearly sent it free wide, but Amos takes the position and stays in front of both of them.
Yeah, they're clever because there's still 16 laps to go. During that as well, too, my friend, that Pedro Soares got past Mackenzie Roon as well, too, on the classic 101, overtaking before you get to Lacombe.
Yeah, Chris Trott just cleared in. Annie Amos down into Ravage. Through No Name they go. On their run down into Bourg-en-Noël. Tommy Maru is there. He's got Andy Flint for company. Sitting in right behind him at the moment is Andy Flint. Up front is Westman. Aberdeen's got the gap down below a second. And then Greg Seitz is sitting in third. Jimenez in fourth. He's got 1.4 up the road to Kevin Swenshaw. He's got Pedro Suarez and Mackenzie Roon right in behind him as well. So there's still a bit of racing that could happen up the front.
And James, Brett Roons has gone, I think after Lacombe, he's gone completely off the track there, and he's had to sit there for a while and allow a ton of people. So the American driver, the number 31 machine's down 13 positions at the moment, running a P17.
Oh, what did happen to Brett Ruiz? Well, this is it.
He took the escape road after this.
That's already going into Lacombe, isn't it? Yeah. He's already gone at that point.
He's very kind, isn't he? He could have got back onto the... See, he could get back up to the speed. Formula One drivers will do that this weekend. Yeah, exactly. But he's too kind. Maybe he's got some sort of technical issue that looks like that.
I think Brett Ruiz is
Cat's jumped on his lap or something.
Yeah, I never understand that. If you're going to race, get the animal out. I was in the Aussie broadcast earlier on, and the young man Scotty Rankin said he had problems with his dog turning off the machine, and he had problems with his cat, who also likes hitting the reset button on his PC. Me personally, if I'm racing, not that
hit the reset button.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a pushing thing.
Yeah, I don't know. He maybe sticks his claws over. I don't know. But anyway, if I'm racing, right, and I've started to race in VR now, so I can't see jack of what's going on around me. My dog's outside and my door is shut. So, come on, boys. If there's an animal in your room while you're racing, shut the door, mate. You know what I mean? Put it in his bed.
Some people are in an apartment. You can't put your dog or your cat outside if you're in New York City.
No, but you got
battle
a door.
brewing at the moment with Eddie Amos and Chris Todd as well.
Yeah, you can kick him out your room, can't you? You know what I mean? Let's be real.
Yeah. Some people love their pets too much.
I love my pet as well, but if he starts interrupting my racing, he's going out. Brett Ruiz looked like he's not Brett Ruiz. Somebody on the side there. That was Martin Kynan. He's also gone round at Ravage, all on his own, spun round, great evasion there, and Martin Kynan again's gone off. But look at Amos, look at Trott. Amos has gone too deep into Pouon. You're not making it, son. Trott says thank you very much. Through he goes, through Vanier. And that is Chris Trott done over them. Donis Cornu, who was the one avoiding Mike Kynan, with Brent Ruiz in front of him. And then you've got Stu Milne and Alex Hopkins. They're still together here once more, fighting down further in the order for 22nd and 23rd place. The top sort of 10 are getting a little bit stable with their gaps there, Biggles. They're all about 1 second, give or take 1.5 seconds apart from each other. But we've still got Andy Flint, Tommy Rue, and Robert Ridgway having a good old battle.
Yeah, and they're outside of the, if it was Formula One, big send there actually for Marcus into the bus stop.
Brett Ruiz is in the pits.
All right, yeah, he's got some technical issues. So that means that the Lapping and Arrows machine will get past Eddie Amos as well to give himself up 18 there, James. Keeping an eye on those times, as you said, just pacing themselves out, and you get like that 14 laps to go.
Oh, Tommy Maru's got to run. He's got to run. Now we're on our way past Tommy Maru on the right in that number 41 machine. Andy Flint on the 13 here. Through they go. Coming into Lacombe, this side by side flow. They're rounds. Oh. They're round. And I don't even think Andy Flint would have stopped that car if he'd had another 50 meters there as well. Flint come in like an absolute rocket. Oh, nope. Hold on a minute. Watch the car movement from Andy Flint on Tommy Maru, and you can safely say the internet just there had something to do with that one.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting, isn't it? Look at that weather, James.
if you have a look, there's just a slight little bit of movement from Maru's car. Ready? Watch as Flint comes in. There's the movement, and boom, they're not even anywhere near each other. To be honest, I don't know if Andy Flint would have stopped that car. He was coming in like an absolute rocket. So I'm not sure if Andy Flint would have stopped the car, but at the same time, iRacing deemed that they would have had an accident, and well, as we know, they had an accident. So there we go.
Day late, dollar short.
Yeah, I know, dude, I know. But, you know, if I said to you, Biggles, you're going in the Super Formula Light, you're going to drive at Spa, what's the mission? Obviously, if you had a steering wheel and not a bleeding keyboard, of course. But, you know, how would you look at this race? What would you do?
Try to finish it. Just for me, you know. Study it, go lap by lap. If I'm not as quick as these other guys, my friend, get behind a guy and then study. You know, sometimes that's a good thing to do. You find that as well too. If you're getting lapped by quicker cars and then you tuck in behind them and you say, oh, all of a sudden I'm starting to get faster lap times than I was doing. Because you're following, you know, somebody who's the quickest driver on the track.
Yeah,
it can help you.
I agree, and I think you're right. I think if you're not fast enough, then for the likes of Tommy Maru here, if he can't clear Rob Ridgway, I would tuck it behind him. Ridgway goes all the way to the left, breaks the toe straight at the beginning, and on his way round. Now Tommy Maru on the right hand side, the man from Finland, going to go around the outside of Ridgway into Lacombe. They're going to go side by side. This is going to go cleaner than Andy Flint did it, and round they go now. He's going to come back. Watch, Ridgway's going to try and sweep round the outside. Over the curves he goes. Down into Ravage. He's managed to hold speed. Can Ridgway hold it around the outside of Ravage now? Down through the gears they go. They've got to get on the power about now. Ridgway's got to go again. He got him all the way through.
Wow.
But it took him 5 quarters to get there.
He went really off track as well too to get around that turn before. I'm seeing a little bit different livery, but you know, Tommy's coming back at the moment. Him too, is my friend. I'm seeing different livery because I guess we got that because I'm seeing the old Benson and Hedges Jordan machine there on the 41 of Tommy, but he got something different. But anyway, the No Limits Racing livery of Robert Ridgway is exactly the same in my eyes. He's gone straight off into the garden. There's the Braun GP car just down the road to it.
Yeah, all that hard work there, all that great overtake from from Ridgway, and it's just got poof in one foul swoop round the outside. However, Eddie Amos, Andy Flint and Marcus Putnieks still fighting it out for 17th, 18th and 19th. The lead is coming down. Aberdeen's got it down to below a second now, Biggles. The draft could be strong, young Padawan.
Oh, exactly. The draft could be strong, young Padawan. It's Lee's doing this. He's chipping away slowly. Maybe he's taking care of his tyres too. You know, lap by lap, he knows that that gap there. Just keep it within a second, and then play it safe. And you also remember too that the Australian driver has had multiple laps now to study over and over again the different racing lines that our flying Finn is doing. So he can then analyze and then make his move. It's got 12 laps to go, plenty of time. I wonder if they're going to catch the lap traffic as well too. You don't come and play, but they're still pretty far away.
Yeah, 31 is going to be the first one. Who's that? That's a lot of it Rancon. So Richie Robinson, Brent Ruiz, Hopkins, Marty Kynan, Lamy, Rush, Zoltan Zamata, Vargas, Mackenzie, Govender, Olsen, Lucas Scattini are all out. Williams and Diane, Lucas, Koji Io and Oscar Antinanu did not take to the grid. Lee Aberdeen still not getting it down below a second. Tommy Maru has now lost that place to Roger Ridgway. Rowlands has gone off, Trott's gone off, and unfortunately they look like Dave had a bit of a ta-ta-ta. Doodly doodle, go Mackenzie P1. No, P7. Only 6 off, dude.
Eddie Amos, I think, got a little bit of an overtake as well, too, for that Tron machine as they're battling it there, scobbling down there for P17, 18, and 19-ish. Still got that big battle in the Hornet's Nest in the middle there for Robert Ridgway. Tommy McQuire there. Yeah. So 2 to 3 different individual battles, of course, our course at the top of the timesheets. That's, you know, give or take just under a second. And now 7/10 off. The Aussie applying the pressure to the flying fin.
He's slowly getting it now, down to about 7/10. That's probably the run through. Blanchimont has pulled him closer. Now we're going to be coming onto the camel. I just want to pick up what's going to happen with Tommy Maroon and Ridgway through the right hand of the bus stop. Nothing. Now Lee Aberdeen. How close are we going to get, Mr. Aberdeen? We've got 7/10. Fastest lap new off, 2:08.642. Now through the left-hander, Al Rouge up over Radion. Now onto the camel. Is this going to come down? Oh, it's trickling down, Biggles, like a leaky tap fixed by a bad plumber.
Oh, sweat in my headphones at the moment. This exciting racing there, James.
Yeah.
As Newhoff just set the fastest lap as well, too. So I think he just got past Evan Way as well, too. So there he is. Kenzie's on a flyer. Maybe a day late, dollar short, and getting yourself up into the top 3, but still 11 laps to go. Get as many places as you can. Maybe he's trying to catch Mackenzie Roon, and Mackenzie Roon fans out there at the moment. Might be doodling. Might be a little upset soon.
Oh, Andy Flint is having an issue. What did you do, Mr. Flint? Coming into the bus stop. He's going to go round the rear end. Ready, and round he goes.
Yeah, it's common, isn't it? Right there.
Yeah, too much power.
At least you're off the racing line at that point, aren't you? But that's where you get your fold-out chair and watch some of the fantastic entertainment here this evening.
Yeah, it's just unfortunately you're trying to get on the power a little bit early and then you end up going round. Aberdeen's closed in again down to half a second this time. So Lee Aberdeen there over Nicholas Westman. And you can see Aberdeen's been 3.5 tenths faster over the last 3 laps. He's going to close in again. We'll look at it as they go over the line. But here comes Aberdeen. Now it's coming down. The gap's coming down now. It's absolutely plummeting down. Aberdeen's going to wait here, Biggles, I think, for El Rouge Radion, isn't he? He's got to.
Yeah, of course. I don't think this lap just yet. I think he's gonna study. He knows he's got 10 to go, and you only need to get it done on the essentially on the penultimate lap. But now what you got to do is play that my psychological game. You got to force the Finn driver into mirror driving. So he's checking his mirror. He can't be mirror driving and going up through a Rouge as well. So you're going to be focusing completely on your racing. See the little bit how Lee's a little bit more to the left. Lee's going to get a good exit. At this point, he can't afford to sit back.
No.
Because it's going to scrub too much speed. Now he has to go for it.
Side by side down the Kemmel Straight. Aberdeen on the right there as well. Through he goes. Jobs are good, and for Lee Aberdeen, he didn't. I think the thing is as well is he didn't even have the chance to back off because he was already carried a massive amount of overspeed there for Lee Aberdeen going up for El Rouge Radion, and he had no choice but to make the overtake. Mackenzie Roon and Mackenzie Roon and Evan Way and Kenzie Newhoff. Newhoff did just past Roon. Bylan, Maru and Ridgway. Bylan's gone and taken 2, and Maru's gone and taken out Ridgway. So unfortunately for them, that was all a little bit scrappy. But watch Kevin Bylan come through here. He's in the middle. He takes that 3 wide. He gets the place on the outside. Was there room? Yes, and then Tommy Maroon up in the air over Ridgway. So unfortunately for Maroon,
that didn't look like contact to me, James. It looked like he might have just lost it.
Yeah, it looked like there was. I don't think there was a gap there. I think he just as you say, just lost it. The closest battle in the top 27 is this lead, as you can tell from the orange on the time towel on the left-hand side, as these guys are fighting out down through Blanchimont. This could be a to me to you run now, Biggles. Every time they go through El Rouge Radion, they swap places.
Yeah, and this is the difficult part because what Lee done, because he had to do that overtake, as you saw, because it's just too much speed he was carrying through there, he would have lost a lot. He now has to try to get the perfect exit if he wants to get that gap built up. Because now's the time to get that gap built up. Well, maybe probably do about 6 laps to go more than anything. 9 laps to go now. He's got to, because what goes around comes around. You know that the drag. Oh, that's a mistake from Nicholas there. That's going to cost a little bit of the exit speed up through a Rouge. And that's what Lee will have a little bit of a smile on his face, but because he still has time. Yeah. It's so difficult because being in P2 position like this as the dying stages of the race with that slipstream, you're just as likely to take P1 if you want. But who is going to do the right thing at the right time when it comes to the last lap?
He's got to be backing off here. He cannot be running at full speed because he was literally still 2.5, 3 temps back. He did not gain from that at all. And you saw the closing speed on what Aberdeen was over Westman when he got in front of him. You know, Aberdeen just went straight up Camel, straight in behind him. What is Andy Flint up to? Well, he's tracking down on young Eddie Amos. Down where they go as well. And Andy Flint has made it past that Tron machine on the right-hand side. Is he going to be able to hold it all the way down into Lacoon now? Flint there on the outside line. He does get that job done over Eddie Amos. Amos has got nowhere to go through Marmody down into Ravage. So Flint there making a great overtake in 15th. I think for this situation up here, this is one of these battles that you sit back and think, what are they going to do? Are they going to sit there and patiently wait for the final lap, do you think, Biggles? Because at the moment, Aberdeen's out in front by 6 seconds.
I was going to say before to Amos's machine. Greetings, program, if you do have seen the Tron series, the Tron movies. And then, but I've been actually on board as well, too, because we've got multiple cameras and screens and everything. James, I'm watching your feed, I'm looking at other feeds. And I've been on board with Nicholas, and he has made a few little mistakes. Now, they're tiny little mistakes, but these two at the level they're driving, Nicholas can't afford to do it too much more because that gap is starting to pull a little bit, almost 7/10 now. I'm also keeping on those lap times because you remember too, when two drivers battle, that means the other driver further down the road, and that's Greg. He's running the American driver in the number 26 car. He's doing a little bit slower lap times, people take. So I don't see this battle costing these two drivers any time. Greg's going to sit there at the moment and just hold on tight and secure that nice podium position. Tony Jimenez, of course. They're going to be all lonely races at this point. He's going to bring it home. But this top two, yeah, this is crunch time. Start figuring something right out there if you're Nicholas. What can you do to beat the Aussie?
He ain't getting a draft, I can tell you that much, because that's 6 temps. 7. And if he leaves that any longer, and even remotely, if he is backing off, if that gets out to about 8 temps, that draft is not going to be strong. We've seen it with Aberdeen when he was chasing down Westman. He was out at 7 temps. He got minimal, bare minimal, like literally nothing. And if Westman allows this to go to 7, 8 temps going down, Blanchimont and that, he's not going to get nothing either. So Aberdeen's now got the opportunity to open this up, to get this out to an insurmountable gap that Westman can't even get near him in the draft. He has to stay within that 6.5 temps at the most of draft. Otherwise, he ain't getting none. So,
and there's a little mistake there as well. Little mistake from Lee. That cost a little bit. And La Sauce is perfect. Got to get that nailed. James, another thing I want to say, they're catching the number 31 place machine there of Patrick. Now, it all depends as well, too, is where do you catch Patrick? If Lee can catch Patrick down the Camel Straight, then he's going to get himself a drop as well. So this could play out. You just don't know when you're going to catch this lap traffic, catch him at the right place at the wrong time. Also catch him bloody into the bus stop, then that can also cost you a bit of time there. Well, it's just really getting spicy dicey of 8 to go.
Yeah, you've got Roland's just coming out the bus stop now. And so he ain't going to catch him here, but you can see down Blanchimont that gap did not come down to 6.5. It didn't come down any further. It's now going out to 7. We've got Patrick Rowlands in 31st. He's just gone round La Source. So if Lee Aberdeen is just going round now, he's going to be able to open up that gap there. If he gets near Rowlands and this gap does not come down and Westman does not push this car to the absolute beams it's got in its engine, he might as well settle for second place, because he is not going to do it. 240 kilometers an hour, 6 temps, and it's going the other way. It's going up. He's not even anywhere near it. Now the problem for Rowlands is obviously these guys are coming. He's gone through Lacombe. They might end up catching him. If they do, probably down through Blanchimont again.
But I was going to say, yeah, great minds think alike there, James. Blanchimont is going to be the advantage for Lee, that is, for sure. Otherwise, once again, see the scrubbing speed and the rear end at the moment there of Lee. So he is struggling a little bit with that one. Nicholas seems a little bit more smooth operator on this one, not oversteering the car, just letting it glide in and out of the corners. That is helping him because he's down to about half a second. That's where he needs to be. That could be mounting a charge with 7 to go there, James.
There's Rowlands.
And then see what they can do.
There's Roland's coming into Fanier now.
Oh, they'll catch him. They'll catch him on Camel Straight then.
Well, I don't know if he's going to get Camel or if he's going to get him coming out of Stavlo. There he is there, onto Paul Ferrer, and then down through Blanchimont. There's Roland's now. Roland's has now got to make a decision. He can see these guys coming. How much of a gap have they got before they even get to Roland's at the moment? About, not much. It's going to be a little bit, about a second of a time. Coming down, there's Patrick Rowlands there. 3/10 now, that's better. Now you can see it dropping, you can see it coming down, and all because Aberdeen made a couple of slight little mistakes, overcooking it in certain corners. Through the bus stop we go. Now Patrick Rowlands is going to help us here because he needs that draft. What Aberdeen doesn't want is Rowlands to slow down through the source El Rouge and Radion. He needs Rowlands
exactly.
to go
follow him up, doesn't he?
He's got to follow him up the hill, Biggles. He needs him to go full speed to help with the full speed that he's going to need.
And he has. And the only thing about that, I think Lee's going to be a little bit gingerly as well too, because you know, approaching a back marker and there's a difference in speeds that they're doing. He's going to be making sure he's got to be pedal to the metal, because remember, I'm in a race here, and now he could get that slipstream. I knew it was kind of going to happen. I thought it was a lap earlier, but that's going to help Lee with that nice toe. There it is. You can completely see the driver getting a little bit too dangerously off the road too. He could have basically come back and taken him out, but
that was bizarre way of getting. I'm not quite sure what was going on with Patrick Rowlands. I wonder if he just got a little bit lost on what he was trying to do.
It's a scary moment, James, because I remember obviously in here on the JPBroadcasting network, it was a race, I think 6 months ago or something like that, where a driver did go off there, you know, a back marker to get out of the way, but he lost it in that grass, and he smashed out the leader in the race. So being too cautious sometimes is scary.
Yeah, it is. These two are coming close together. Chris Trott has also got near Tommy Maru. Down the camel he goes. Trott in that 79 machine on the right-hand side, round the outside. Oh, nope, not quite brave enough this time. Chris Trott there, going to have to settle in behind him. Adam Townsman sweeps round, trying to get in front of Dorian Aruro as they're on their run down the Camel Straight now as well. Keeping an eye on the gap up front, don't worry, it is 4/10. They are going down through Blanchimont. Townsman's got the left-hand side. He should have the inside for Lacombe. He's going to be able to come back out as well. He did manage to get that done, so great move from Adam Townsman. Lee Aberdeen, Nicholas Messman approaching the bus stop as they were. Aberdeen out in front, West Merton in second.
Slicing and dicing it through there at the moment. Nicholas probably took the exit a little bit better. I got my eyes on this battle too, James, so you can swing it around and have a look at the other places. I'll shout at you. I'll give you a slap here, sitting next to me at the booth, and go, James, point the camera over here. You're right. Hey, friends, getting excited. Are they going to be approaching? No, I don't think they're going to be approaching any of those back markers. You never know, but we have 5 to go. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to. 18, 19, 20, 21 and 22.
Well, that's a good exit.
Yeah, he's going to get him. If he wants to get him, of course.
Yep. Yeah, Lee deliberately went off the racing line there as well. It says, I think he's happy to tuck in behind because he knows he's got 5 to go.
Oh, no, he ain't. No, he ain't.
He's committing.
Oh. Not only did he commit, he literally went in and well, he managed to hold on to the position, but for how long, that's going to be the question.
Yeah, once again, we've said this before, James, in the multiple years we've been commentating together and stuff. Do you want to be the chaser or the chase, the predator or the prey?
Chaser.
You like to chase?
Yeah,
you
because
hate being chased.
you can. I'm not a lover of being chased, but yeah, you can see the chaser that would be better there, I think, as well. And Putnieks and Chris Trott have just swapped positions down the Camel Straight. They're going once more here. Putnieks does slot in front. Trott's going to go and send it out the inside. Is he? He isn't getting it there. Oh, he got close on the exit for Chris Trott. So nearly got Marcius Putnieks back again. Evan Way is almost coming back into contact with Mackenzie Roon. That gap was down to about 3/10. Literally about 10 seconds ago. He's now got back out to 6th. But Aberdeen and Vestman, as they are once more down through Blanchimont and into the bus stop.
What's happened in Newark? Yeah, New York's had a crash somewhere as well, too. You might want to check that one out, James. It's dropping like a 1929 stock exchange.
Yeah. All right, well, them two are still... Oh, he's already going backwards.
Yeah, I'm keeping it on the front, so it's okay. You're not missing any action there yet.
Oh, big snap.
Oh, he snapped. Yeah, he's tried to overcorrect it at a high-speed corner. Just like that, my friend. 2 seconds and it's over.
Big snap. Was that coming into Lacoon there?
That is
no,
unusual.
that's Fanier. That is part of Fanier there. Right. I am surprised.
Might want to switch it back to the race leaders now, James, because they're coming up through Eau Rouge, and here we go. Is Nicholas going to give it a shot again? I think so. Yeah. But is it going to be a deja vu moment a lap earlier there? Is Lee going to commit to this?
He is going to go.
Lean back off.
Still got a lap to... He's got a few laps, though. I don't think Aberdeen would really have a... He's not a man to panic. However, Evan Way did not get Mackenzie Room, but that might be a next time around. Goya and Dorian Ruro have just swapped places. Ben Goya in the MRP car goes into the bus stop, takes that position away, and they've just swapped places there as well. I don't think Aberdeen's going to be panicked. He's not... No. He reminds me of a Kimi Räikkönen-esque young man. He doesn't seem to panic too much about what he's doing. Don't get me wrong, he's had a few, yeah, you know, mare races, but I think pretty much when you're in a grid this size, everybody's had a mare race.
Well, you've got to have those races, isn't it? Like Formula Champions, like Max Verstappen. Remember his first season two of Formula One, he used to crash all the time because he was just exploring, going too quick, and he realised, okay, a little bit more experience in the belt. But another thing I was going to tell you as well, too, that these two have swapped positions and overtakes more than the Monaco Grand Prix. You've overtakes in the Monaco Grand Prix for the last 10 years, F1. So,
yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, I think if I could take out one track, I know... do you know what? I wouldn't take out Monaco. I would just take out no, I wouldn't take it out. What I would do is take the barriers out and just put hay bales back along the side again. Make it
like
more
the Goodwill for Speed Festival?
Yeah, and see how many end up in the canal. I don't know. Just make it more interesting.
Well, they have divers out there, you know. They still have divers out there, believe it or not. Ready for a car if it does jump the fence.
Just make it more interesting.
They still have that.
Yeah, make it more interesting for me.
Here we go. Lee's opportunity now. Good exit up through there. In fact, he got a better exit because it automatically, before the DRS activation they're not using, he's already got that run. But now he's breaking that air, just like putting your hand out the window or your dog put their head out the window. You feel that push of the air, isn't it? Pushing back as you're trying your best. Will Lee commit the inside there and get it? Yes. Now, with 3 to go, if you get a look at exchanging an overtake per lap, James, you got to do your math on that one. Who would end up with the final one?
That was Aberdeen. 21 would be Westman. Final lap would be Aberdeen.
Yeah, he might have timed it perfectly then, right?
He may have done, yeah. Everyone's just cleared Mackenzie Roon as well.
It's like the eeny, meeny, miny, mo, blah, 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 blah.
I don't know if you remember. Do you ever remember the Chuckle Brothers? Do you remember?
No,
it's a UK thing. There's Barry and, I don't know, Ken, I think his name was. Chuckle Brothers, and they used to have this thing of to me, to you, to me, to you, and they used to do it with a ladder, like one would pull, one would push, one would pull, one would push. A little bit of a funny sketch, right? Nowadays it'll probably get banned, but you know, back in the day it wasn't. It was funny. So that's how this is kind of going. It's been Aberdeen, Westman, Aberdeen, Westman, Aberdeen, Westman. Now, if Westman uses his brain, does not make the overtake on 21, he could probably hold Aberdeen on 22, because once you get through on going into Lacoon, there isn't a lot of places that you've got left to be able to overtake. So for Aberdeen's point of view, he's got to make a decision. Either let Westman through now and try and get him on 22, or Westman might hold on 21 to go for him on 22. So there's big decisions from these two now. You know, we've got a Max Hamilton moment where it's who goes up through the DRS zone first.
I wonder if I was probably a racing engineer, I'd say to Nicholas, put a little bit more wheel spin out of La Source. Now it didn't look like he did, because you don't want to catch Lee too quickly, right? Which you will. You can see it right now. You'll completely catch him. Now, is he going to stay behind, or is he going to go for the OT? Now he's gone for the OT. So, and let us know in the chat, please, or like your opinion on that one, because this is strategy 101 between these drivers. They're clearly identical pace. We've seen that. They're exchanging
It's not letting him
fast
go.
laps between each other.
Oh.
No, they're committing. They're committing there, James.
I don't know if that was a good idea.
So, yeah, maybe Lee should have let him through because now Nicholas is going to have that final charge. But then again, you just saw Lee defend that position. So if you could do it one more time, we'll see. And let us know in the chat, please. What would you do in the situation if you were a race engineer or something like that too, or team boss? Would you be like a strategy play there?
Yeah.
Let you drive through.
But
By the way, I disagree too with allowing Oscar past car off in the distance. Allowing Oscar to go past Lando to do that because Oscar was. If people forget about it, Oscar made a lot of mistakes too late into that race as well too. So
I agree.
it should have been allowed Lando to win because Lando was clearly quicker and you give it to the quicker driver.
Agreed. Hot Loves has gone off. Tony Brow's also gone off, having a little bit of a horrendous one. The leaders are on through Blanchimont once more. Westman and Aberdeen.
What about OTs? By the way, I'm seeing a livery of a Guinness livery at the moment too on this car, so I'm pretty sure about the old one and get the new one. But anyway, we shall see.
Well, as I say, this is the
I think
paint
yours is
packs.
correct.
Yeah, this is the paint packs that have been sent to me. Nicholas there in the blue and white with Aberdeen. Last lap.
This is it.
I don't know.
He has to go for gold
He's
here,
got to
right?
go for it. He's got to 100% nail every single part of this next 3 corners. This is imperative. If there was ever the end to something that needed to be done and will save the world, this is it. Westman's got to nail it. He's got the run. Here we go. He's going to go for it now. Nicholas Westman over Lee Aberdeen. Side by side. Is the Australian going to be able to hold it? He's literally nearly a car's left back at the moment. Going into Lacombe. Westman's going to go there. Westman's going to go there. Westman has gone there. Unfortunately, he's made a mistake coming out of Lacombe. That's going to allow... Aberdeen on the inside of Rivage.
Wow.
He's got to go it. He's got to do it. Oh, he's done it. He's done it as well.
Now that's it.
Oh, he's
so
made
now
it.
all I have to do, Blatchmont, of course, perhaps. Yep, Nichols is a little bit too far back.
He's made a
He's not
mistake.
going to do anything now. He's going to have to do a full send. If anything, I don't think it's too far back to do a full send into the bus stop now.
No, that would be an absolute torpedo. It won't even be a send. It'll be like an Exocet missile. There is no way now, through one mistake there, he made a mistake coming out of Malmedy. He made a mistake coming out of Rivage as well. He ran wide. That allowed Aberdeen to get him on the exit. There, and now it's all done. This should be Aberdeen's race wrapped up. Australian 101. Job done for him because there is nothing that Westman's going to be able to do from 7.5 attempts back. Down through they go, through Kerpel Ferrer, onto Blanchimont, under the DHL bridge for the final time, coming in to the bus stop, and it is gonna be the Australian, bar any missions, any problems going into this final bus stop chicane, no problems whatsoever. Lee Aberdeen, he's gonna take the victory here as well. The Australian does win in Spa. What's going on with Evan Way and Mackenzie Rooney?
Evan Way and Mackenzie Rooney are battling into the bus stop right now, the last lap. Has Evan blocked him off there for the Canadian driver to get the job done? I think he might have there.
Oh, it's going to be neck and neck. It's going to be neck and neck. Oh, Way did get it. Way got it. Ridgway and Byland are in the same situation. Oh, that's going to be Ridgway all day. Ridgway's going to get that one. Just over the line he goes. Oh, Dennis Cornu. By a final corner.
Oh, that's the worst one to lose it, isn't it, on the last lap of the race there. Just, unless you're going to drop that many places for the French driver.
Power down too early. Comes over the line in 14th in the end. What about Ben Goyette? How's he getting on down here with Costas Tenny Brow as they're going down through Blanchimont now?
And Kenneth Olive too. There's 3.
Yeah. They're going to be...
Kenneth just left it and allowed him through.
Well, Costas in front. Ben Goyette managed to get the second. Into the bus stop they go. Costas in the orange and white is going to get through. Oh, he got help.
Locked up.
He got help. Oh, Bengal, yeah, it's going to lose that position. And Kenneth Olive over the line. Job done. Whew. Well, there we go.
You sure wouldn't lose it and stop, can't you? But exchanging. That was very interesting too, James. If we get well, a few more drivers, of course, but you have to go those results. But interesting to see where that little bit of mistake there from Nicholas did towards the end there, isn't it? With Lee battling it out because he had him, and then he made a tiny error, and then Lee, of course, the Aussie, pounced on that one and said, "All right, not on my watch. Got the job done."
Yeah, this is it now. Look, if this is the sequence of corners that these guys, and Westman should have wrapped this up from here. Right, he should have got this done now. Break. There's the first slide. That allowed him to go loose. Coming into Malmedy, he then runs wide over the curb. That unsettles the car. That's allowed him to come through. Now watch his exit coming out of Rivage. He's wide, he's still wide. Doesn't get it right. Over the curb, over the guy's. Job done. That was it. At that moment.
Just like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, hats off to him because he was allowing a bit of space there, wasn't he? A little space to Lee. He could have gone a lot more wheel to wheel. We know that Max Verstappen and Lando Norris would never have allowed that much space between two cars, but these guys did. So a lot more. And these guys aren't risking their lives either, and they still allowed that kind of racing space. So hats off to them. Yeah,
Lee Aberdeen is your winner. Nicholas Westman in second. Greg Seats in third. Tony Jimenez in fourth. With Kevin Swepster in fifth. Then Pedro Suarez is in sixth. Then Evan Way, Mackenzie Room, Will McIntyre Jones and Robert Ridgway round out the top 10. Kevin Byland in 11th. Don Lee in 12th. Andy Flint in 13th. Dennis Cornu down in 14th with Eddie Amos down in 15th place. Moving on, Tommy Maru in 16th, Chris Trott 17th, Stu Milne 18th, Gaten Imhoff in 19th, Adam Townsend in 20th, then Costas Tenebrow in 21st, Kenneth Olive 22nd, and Ben Goyette in 23rd, right near the end. Dorian Oruro in 24th, Al Nasir down in 25th place. Matthew Stevens 26th, Vladimir Rancon in 27th, love doing that, I don't know why, in 27th place. Merrick Otlov's 28th, Marcius Putnieks in 29th, Noel Richie Robinson, amazing, in 30th, Kenzie Newhoff down in 31st, 5 laps back. Patrick Rowland 6 laps, Brent Ruiz, Alex Hopkins, Levi Martikainen did not finish the race. Neither did Jerome Lamy, John McKenzie, Manuel Vargas, Darryl Govender, James Rush, Sultan Zamoda, Tobias Olsen or Joseph Lucas or Reno Scattini. Koji Ito did not start the race, so Koji didn't get out onto the grid. Neither did Philip Lucas and Guyan there and Patrick Williams. So I think we can say that it wasn't a classic, but it was a good race. I think that's one of the things that we've got to take out of it. Spa still does provide us with some great racing action.
Yeah, 100% too. I mean, and the top three finished in the same positions they started in too. So qualifying was very, very much important on that one, especially as you said with the no overtaking. Pedro Soares, of course, the Portuguese driver, he did gain 6 positions after his qualifying performance. So he ended up finishing in P6, which was crucial in the championship hunt. Remember, for points there, James. It's not, you don't always have to finish on podiums and get race wins. Robert Widgway as well, too, a big gainer there. He finished in P10, gaining 8. Eddie Amos, remember, so the Tron machine. He did battles and he had a lot of screen time. So he gained 11, finished in P15. So that's also a very, very good qualifying performance. But yeah, I get Lee, because I'm heading back to Australia, my friend, next week or something like that. I'm going to have to come buy you a bloody beer, mate. Good job.
Yeah. Absolutely amazing job from Lee Aberdeen and Nicholas Westman there as well. And what an evening of racing. Thanks so much for joining us in YouTube chat as well. But that's going to round it out from us here on the JPB YouTube channel. Look out for all the action that's coming along next week. Okay, keep an eye on the channel tomorrow. You'll see the videos will go up for the week. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. I've been James Parfitt. I've been alongside Mr. Dean Biggles for the first time in absolutely months. And as always, take care, have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on a track sometime. Good night.